everyone, welcome to my podcast, Out of Office. This podcast is all about the story of travel adventures and cultures through different lenses.
Hello everyone! Today is my honor to invite Lottie again. So as you all remember, Lottie already appeared once in my podcast. I like that episode so much. My audience also like that episode so much. So that's why I decided to invite Lottie again today.
Everybody asked for it and now I'm here, stuck with you again. The audience was just me. I was just commenting under the video, please invite me again.
Your friends, right?
Yes. Just me and all my friends. No, I did all the accounts. It's all me, Lynn. It's all me.
I'm sure that everyone loves you. I really like that episode.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, Lynn. I'm very happy to be here again and I'm ready to share my latest adventures with you.
I think we can all jump into your adventure. You have a lot of story to tell, and definitely I'm really looking forward to hear it again. We had the hot pot one where you told me about it, but not every detail. So today I want to hear all of the details.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Spill the tea.
The tea. So what do you want to hear? Because I've been to two big travels this year. One was with my friends to Crete, Greece, Crete. And yeah, the second trip was beforehand. I went to Venice with my parents, my first time in Venice. And it was very beautiful, and it's always an adventure to go with your family. And
for sure.
And but I really, really enjoyed it. So maybe I should start telling you about how long we stayed there. It was just a short weekend trip, only 4 days for a longer weekend. And I planned everything beforehand because my parents, they don't really know how to use a computer. I mean, when it comes to booking flight tickets and everything, I think back in the day, they were just like, oh, let's go to a travel agency or something. A travel agency will take care of it. But I was like, nah, I will do it. It's always I'm a child, I'm a millennial, I know how to do it, and I will just book everything. And it's always pretty crazy because you feel, at least I feel, so much responsibility on my shoulder because my parents never been to Venice or on very big travels before, so I was just like, okay, let me take your hand, you're safe with me, tour guide Lottie. And so I planned the flights, I planned the place where we stayed. It was very, very nice, close to the Rialto Bridge. This is the famous bridge in the center of Venice, and from there we had excellent time to go explore Venice, and everything was very close. So I don't know how I managed to get cheap house, but I think maybe it was because I booked early or something. It was some kind of discount or something. It was very cheap, but the housing and everything, it was so beautiful. It looked very noble as well, and I was just like, oh damn, it's so nice. And I only paid I think around 500 or 600 euro for all of us for I think 3 or 4 nights. It was crazy. So yeah, and maybe a very funny story to tell is how everything started, because I still live in Berlin in my apartment in which I started my studies. And as it usually is here in Berlin, housing is very difficult. I was like, okay, before, we will fly from Berlin to Venice and you can come to my place, stay over, and we will go from my place to the airport. So I only have a room. Let's be honest with you. I only have a room. It was crazy because I was like, yeah, my parents, you can sleep in my bed, and I would just sleep here on the floor, it's all right. It was not all right. I couldn't sleep throughout the whole night. I mean,
why?
Because the first thing is my parents they snore, and I was on the floor. I don't know, it was in March, I think, so it was a bit cold as well. I was on the floor, and it felt like the cold air. Maybe I was also too excited about the ongoing trip, But yeah, I lay there and I was just like, oh damn, we have to get up in 3 hours to get to the airport. And the anxiety kicks in. I have to deliver, And when I travel with my parents, they're usually let's get everything out of this day. Let's travel super early. And I'm just like, oh damn. Okay, I will book the earliest ticket to get to Venice. So I think at around 2 a.m. we woke up.
So you slept only 2 hours?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I slept, I can't remember that I slept because like when I woke up, I was just destroyed. But yeah, I was on the floor, you know. My
you
parents,
were kaput.
yeah, kaput. Yeah, I was very kaput, and my parents, they had an excellent time. They were like, "Oh, your bed is so cozy," and I was like, "You're welcome. It's all right. Be my guest," you know. And yeah, so I think we went to bed at around 10, and at 2 a.m. we had to get up to get to the airport because I think you have to check in at around 4, and at 6 or something there was like the actual flight. So we went to the airport. I was destroyed. My like immune system, it was shit. I'm sorry for that word. I had to drop it, but it's like for historical accuracy.
It's not.
We went to the airport. I was destroyed. I was so tired, and I felt like, oh, I don't feel that good. That's not so good because, you know, I didn't sleep. And I also, I don't know, my blood sugar or something, it was just, it was crazy. And I was like, we were at the airport, checking in, everything is fine, but I felt like, I feel a bit funny, you know? So we were at the gate, waiting to board and everything, and I was like, oh, damn, I don't feel very well. Like, I felt nauseous, you know? And I was just like, oh, damn, maybe it's because of the responsibility or anything. I haven't really told anybody about this because I was just like, oh, damn. But I don't know. I just felt so much responsibility. I was just like, okay, I think I have to maybe go to the bathroom for a second. I'll be right back with you or something. And my mom was like, are you all right? And I was like, no, no, not really. I hope I don't have to throw up, to be honest with you.
Oh, no.
It's all right. I didn't have to throw up. Just a spoiler, you know. So everything was fine, and my mom, she came with me, and I was just like, oh, whew, okay. And she bought me like a Coca-Cola to get my blood sugar back in place. And after that, I was super fine, you know. I felt like I could like get into the forest or something and cut down some trees. I was super fine, but let me tell you, it was a crazy time. Like, but yeah, when we went there, like the weather was already very nice, and yeah, everything was super nice because usually you think, okay, you're traveling in March, maybe it won't be that sunny, even if it's like in Italy. But it was super nice. My parents, they were over the moon because they were like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, and we went with a gondola, but it's like a boat, not the real gondola, but it's like a boat that drives you from the airport to Venice. So you see Venice from the water side and you drive in, but it's a bit more expensive. But I was just like, let's do it, guys. And I bought the tickets there and we went into the boat and it was super nice. The weather was sunny and we went directly to Venice. And it was very practical as well because the boat was stopping at the Rialto Bridge, which was close to our place where we crashed for the entire trip. I don't know why. Like, since I have the new phone, my Google Maps it's crazy. It doesn't work. Like, every time I get into a direction that I think it's right, it's like the complete opposite direction, and I'm just like, oh hell no. Venice, it's like, it's super pretty. It's super nice. The narrow streets and everything's super nice, but you can't find your way. Like, I was just like, where the hell? Like, where should I go? And I think we took a lot of time to find the actual house where we would stay. And I was just like, oh, damn, this is going great. This is going great, right? So, but yeah, eventually we found it. And yeah, I think a lot of time was just us strolling through Venice. A lot of gondoliers or something that were asking gondola when we were just passing by, and we were just like, no. And it's very funny because I think everybody tells me that I have a German accent, and I was like, oh damn. And the gondoliers, or however you call them, they were also, oh, you're from Germany. I was like, I didn't even say anything, how do you know? And I don't know, it was crazy. So I thought my accent was all right, but I think you can't get the German out of me, you know, the German out of my accent. But yeah, we saw basically everything, and like and usually, like, I think the main season is May, June, because it's like warm and everything. And we went in March, and it was already full, you know. Like I mean, the sightseeing spots, like the big spots, they were super full, and we were just like, oh damn! Like, we are lucky that we got here like in March, because how will it be when we are there in May, April, in June or something? And I don't know. It was very nice because I've never been to Venice either. Like, it was the first time for all of us.
I went there, I think around the summer, so it's like super, super hot.
Yeah, but it's nice that you've been there as well. Would you go there again? Like maybe in another time, not when it's super like full?
Yeah, definitely.
Crowded?
Like I didn't actually went to the place.
Yeah,
Is
like
it a prison or something, right? I mean, like the
it's like the palace thing.
The palace.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think it's also like a prison.
Yeah. It's like the I only know the German word, or maybe it's like in German it's called Seufzerbrücke. I think maybe it's translated to sighting bridge or something. I don't know. Sorry for my bad English, but it's like where they usually kept the prisoners, and I think the prisoners you could hear them because it was their last walk before they were I don't know, executed or something. And but it's like also a very popular, like everything is so close in Venice. It's super nice. Like you think, oh, here I'm now at this palace. Oh, just 200 meters far away it's like a bridge. Everything is so close by, like especially close to our house where we stayed. It was super nice, and it was just an adventure, you know. Like, and my parents, they were just so happy that they could like witness everything, because my mom, she was always like, oh, I want to go to Venice, but my parents, they can't really speak English, you know, like they can't speak English, they can't speak Italian, of course, but they were like, oh, if we're not coming with you, like we wouldn't do this, because we wouldn't be able to communicate or to find a way, you know. So they were relying on me very much. But it's nice, you know, just to spend time to get new impressions of the world, and that was very nice, you know. And the Italians were also very nice, even though they already knew that we were like Germans. They also can often talk to you in German. Like that was very funny. We were just like, oh, that's nice. Because it's like a tourist city, so...
This trip is the trip that you went with your family, so I think it's bring also like different experience. I don't know if it would be different if you go with your friends. Going with parents, arrange the whole tour, and then can see the happiness in them, where they explore the places, must bring you new feelings and also... new experience, right?
Yeah, it's true. Like maybe I said it in the last podcast before. When I usually travel with my friend group, we have one woman who is perfect, and her name is Vanessa, Vani, and she's doing usually the job of planning everything, booking everything. Like she has everything under control because it's part of her job as well, you know. Right now she's working in some kind of travel agency, and we were just like, oh, okay, it's nice to just let somebody else do the work, but maybe, like I will tell you later, the trip with the friends was also a bit exhausting, you know. And it was like when I traveled with my family, it was like, okay, now I have to do all the work. It was not so nice, but I mean, like, it's nice because I asked my parents, so what would you like to see? And they were like, oh, we're very open, like big spots, of course, just to get an impression. And they also wanted to see this, I think the island is called San Michele or something. Michele, I don't know the Italian expression, I'm sorry, the pronunciation is very bad with me, but where they can visit the dead people, you know. It's like a graveyard.
I didn't know about
it. It's like if you go with a boat, you can drive over there on your way to Murano.
The crystal.
Yeah. It's like you know your way. Yeah. My mother, she wanted to go there because there were also like very famous people laying there, and yeah, that was also very nice. This was a bit more relaxing, you know, than the trip with the friends, I think, because my parents, I mean, we were moving around like for the whole day usually, but like in the evening we were like, okay, now we're like tired. Let's go home and just watch a movie or something. We're so
or
done.
Let's take a nap and then
continue. You know what I'm talking about. So like I think like we made like a little afternoon break or something, and then went out again, and then like we came home early. Like it's not like with your friends when you're out and about like for the whole night and you're just like, when can I go back to sleep? I mean, I don't have a problem to go back to the house earlier. So I like to have a little break. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. So maybe I always was this kind of person. It was very, very nice, this trip, I think. And the weather was also very nice. I think we were very lucky with the weather, because usually there's also a time where the city is flooded with water and you have to go on those bridges, right? But if you went in this season, maybe you experienced it too?
Before my trip, so I read some newspaper and they say that there would be flood, and then Venice would be under the water. So that's why I immediately booked my trip.
But yeah, that's what you're thinking as well, right? This is like, who knows how long I have the chance to visit, you know?
So that's why I need to immediately book the trip, and when I go there, there's no flood. I think it's just their trick, right?
Where's the water, guys? I expected some water, some flood. Where's Noah with his ark? They just wanted to get the tourists in. Damn it.
The thing is, so I actually stay in the other side. They have like the main islands, and then they have the other side. And I think Venice local people actually live 1 or 2 blocks from there, and they hang the clothes on the street.
This is like the common.
Italian. So cute, like you can see all kinds of clothes just hanging.
It's very nice.
On the
It's very nice to see the local side of the city, you know, not just the tourist spots and everything, but like actual people. Because often you forget, okay, I'm on vacation here, but like in the morning you see people running to their work, and it's just like, they're working here? What are they doing? Like, it's crazy. Like, but it's very nice. Yeah.
So why do you have like the idea at the beginning that you would take your parents to Venice? Like normally Venice is like the place for couples and friends and
forever alone. Thank you.
I mean, with your future partners.
I know.
Yeah. So why parents in Venice?
You know, my parents, like, it was a very big wish from my mother before, because my mother, she was like, I think for their 25th wedding anniversary, she was like, I wish I could go to Venice. Like, she told my father, like, please, can't you get me to Venice? And my father was like, well, maybe we will see, I guess. And I was just like, oh, damn. So I remembered that. And I also wanted to see Venice. And the older I get, the more I feel the urge to spend more time with my parents, you know, because I'm spending a lot of time in Berlin. And when I was studying, I was often visiting my parents, but nowadays I don't really have the time anymore. I don't know, it's just crazy to see how your parents get older, you know, because you're just like, okay, like the time is precious that we have. And I was just like, okay, if I can spend time with them, and if I can fulfill my mom's wish, and my father, he was also, my father's always like, oh no, I don't want to travel. It's all right if we go once a year, like with cars somewhere to the sea, but I don't want to travel with the plane or something. And I was just like, chill, Pa, I will take care of this. And I was like, the 25th anniversary, it was some time ago. So I think they're around their 31st anniversary now. And I was just like, come on, guys, let's go together. I mean, like, I really want to see it as well. And I think you will have a wonderful time there as well. And I always knew that they would never do this without me, you know, because they were too afraid to finally book a ticket and do it. Because I mean, you often forget, like, you will get along even if you don't speak the language. Somehow you can get along and, like, I don't know, do some movements with your hands or something. But my parents, they're just like, oh my god, we would never be able to get our way, find everything and stuff. So I was just like, okay, let me do it. And like I said, I have a very good connection with my parents, and the older I get, the more I want to spend time with my parents. I like just spending time with them as long as I can, you know.
Yeah, so I can only feel the same, and I think it's really sweet of you that you know their wishes and you're trying to, you know, make it come true. I think this is a really sweet thing to do.
I'm a great daughter, you know. It's just me. I'm so humble, but I know I don't want to brag, but I'm like,
cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
So yeah, I just want to say that it's really sweet of you, and yeah, I think convincing parents to go on trip is also like super challenging. Like, as much as I want to take my mom as many places as possible, like the thought of sitting on a plane for like over 4 hours is like impossible for her.
That's true, right? Yeah. So where did you go with your parents before? Like small travels then?
Yeah.
Or?
So actually, we only travel around Vietnam, and I think the furthest flight that she could take is like 3.5 hours, like to Indonesia. And I think it's the furthest. She was really tired from the flight and everything. To convince them to go on the long trip,
it's always like this. I think
it's always like challenging.
But I think we were very lucky because from Berlin airport, it was only like I checked it again. It's only 1 hour and 45 minutes to fly. I just checked it now, like how it would be now or like in next year or something. But I think we didn't fly that much longer the last time I went with them. And the good thing is like they want to make it like, you have to get directly there, you know, like just like from Berlin airport to Venice, you don't want to, I don't know, change the flight or something, like
change the flight 2 times.
Yeah. It's like crazy. Like my parents, they're like, no, and I'm like, I totally agree. This is like madness. Like you don't want this. So, but yeah, it's all right. Like 1 hour 45 minutes. I drive with the train. Like nowadays, I drive around 2 hours from Berlin to my home town. 2 hours, and it's like, what the hell's going on? You get faster to Venice by airplane than to Braunschweig with the Deutsche Bahn. What the hell, Deutsche Bahn? Step up your game. Where's the how's the Japanese train called? Shinkansen.
Yeah.
Bullet train. Get the bullet train
crazy.
here.
It's crazy.
Have you ever been with that?
Yeah.
Really?
So I booked like the pass, like the train pass in
Oh my God.
Japan, and I think it's around 7 days or something. And I took like advantage of the car completely. Like every day I would go on
Bullet train, where are you?
bullet train every day.
Take me away, bullet train.
Yeah. And it's super crazy, like how fast they can go. You don't feel the movement, like if you
God.
put like water or something, it's just, you know,
It's not shaking
it's not
into your
shaking.
face.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and I can't sleep like a baby there. It's like super
Jesus,
smooth.
you were just living in the bullet train, just like you didn't even need a house or something. You just get into the bullet train. Let me take you somewhere nice, and you're just like, bye, good night, and then just sleep your way.
Maybe that's my plan. Like,
Maybe.
yeah.
I mean, what else do you need if you have the 7-day ticket?
7-day ticket.
Yeah,
I don't even need like hotel or something.
Right?
I just sit on a train.
Yes.
Maybe I would need some shower.
Nice. Maybe they can get that in. Maybe they have. Don't you know? But if they're so fast, I don't know if they need that any.
Yeah, because
Right?
it's too fast,
It's
right?
like too fast, right? I just want to. I don't know who needs fast traveling, anyways.
Just
I
get out
don't-
and take a shower.
Yeah, it's just like, where's my shower, people? It's nice that you're fast, but where's my shower? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where were we?
Yeah, Venice with my
Venice.
parents.
Yeah.
And like they're
So, like,
grateful how I
yeah.
came to the idea and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
to convince them on at least on the flight.
It's true, yeah.
I think it's also what you have accomplished.
It's true, yeah. It's like when I was younger, they usually took me like on the family trip, you know, like to this North Sea island, Sylt, as I told you maybe in the last
Yeah.
podcast. But nowadays they won't take me anymore. Maybe it's because I have to work all day. Take me with you, Mama and Papa. So I don't know. I was just like, oh, let's do it. It would be fun, and it was very nice because we didn't share a room, you know, because it was such a big apartment. Like I think it had like another floor, like not just the ground floor, but like another floor, and their bed was like on the down floor, like below, and I was like up, and I even had like a little terrace and everything. Like it was super nice.
Yeah.
It was super nice, so I didn't have to endure the snoring and everything. So I was grateful. Yeah, I didn't know that it was like that, but it was very, very nice. A very nice apartment. But maybe I should also add to that. I don't know. I read that maybe it's like common, but the water, like if you want to shower, sometimes it's not like hot water, it's just like super cold. And I don't know, I think it's because, I mean, it's not like an island and everything. Maybe they have trouble with their water, and we told the nice lady that was taking care of the apartment, we were like, it's a bit cold, you know, maybe you can change or heat it up a bit for us, ma'am. And she was like, yeah, we'll take care of that. And it was working like for I think 2 showers, and then it went cold again. I was just like, oh, that's nice. But I mean, like for 4 days it was all right. Like in the beginning, everything was working fine, but later we were like, that's a bit cold, but who knows what's going on. But like I said, it was a very luxurious apartment.
So is it difficult for you to plan a trip for parents? Like, do they agree with everything that you arrange for them, or there were I don't know, like they want something and you want something else.
I think with my parents, it's like they're just happy to be there, you know, like they're just there for the ride. They're happy that they don't have to like take care of anything, that I will take care of everything now. I asked them, so what do you want to see? Like, do you have special wishes? And I think my mom said like 2 things, like I said, this Saint Michele island and some other stuff, but the rest was pretty much like, okay, just let's just walk around and breathe in the nice location and everything, and the rest was fine, you know. Like my mom, she really enjoys to take pictures, and she's very good in it, and she was just like, just get me anywhere and I will just be happy, you know. They were just like happy to join me on this adventure, and so it was not hard for me at all to plan it, but maybe it's because like my parents are very easygoing anyways. So I heard from other people, like when they want to travel with their parents, they're usually super annoyed after 2 days. And it's like, I think it depends really. Also, like if you're like, if you want the same thing, because I was very happy that we could just enjoy the evening like at home. But I think like some people, they want to get the most out of it, you know. It was not very difficult for me to get everything under the umbrella, you know. I think maybe sometimes it's more difficult like when you travel with friends. Because especially with a big friends group, because you don't really know what's going on. Like, I mean, you know what's going on, but you're like, okay, what are we doing now? Like, is everybody up to it? Because like with 5 people, it's sometimes difficult to read the room, you know. And so but it was for us, it was very nice. And my parents, they were like, oh, that was so nice, please take us again. And I'm like, okay, I will see what I can do.
Oh,
but I mean, like I said, like for this trip, we basically get to the south side of Venice, like from the Rialto Bridge downwards, you know, like this down part of Venice. And my parents were like, yeah, maybe next time. Like even my father, it's like so. Like, he was so flabbergasted and everything. He was like, oh my God, it's so nice. Like, let's go again and we can, like, explore the upper side of Venice. And I was like, okay, if you're so fond of it. Like, for a weekend, I'm super into it as well. Like, if it's just, like, a short trip, let's go. I will see what I can do. That's why I checked the flights and the housing and everything again. So, yeah, let's see. Like, I also went with my parents before to London. This was also, like, a big trip. But like I said, like if you're agreeing on the mainframe or anything, everything is fine. Like, and if you have like easygoing people around you, everything's good. And I think they were just grateful that somebody took the initiative. I hope I said that correctly. And was taking care of everything, and they just had to walk with me, you know. So they were just like super happy with that. I also took care, like, where do we have to go now? Okay, my maps are like not working properly, but I will do it. Okay, let's go. And that's the adventure part of Venice. Just finding your way.
And I mean, although there's definitely like some hiccups along the way, but
always right. It's like
the thought of the whole family being together, explore new places, and then have like you taking care of everything. I think is at the end of the day was like a great trip for everyone.
It was like I said. Like I think 4 to 5 days. I think we were there 4 days. It's like the perfect amount to get to know Venice, I think. Like, it's not too long, it's not too short. You don't even need this ticket where you can go with the boats to get around Venice. Like, you can just walk. Like I said, it's like everything is so nearby, and it's just very nice to just explore by foot. Like, maybe next time if we go there again, we would just we won't buy this boat ticket that you can buy there. We would just go there by foot and see where it will get us, you know.
Definitely.
And
so any plans or any next location or destination of where you would take your parents?
Like I said, they were very fond of Venice, so maybe again there. I always have to be very careful. Like I think my mom, she's also talking about like Lisbon.
Oh, it's really nice.
It's nice. It's nice, but like there, I'm even more afraid because I'm like, oh, but I don't like. every time I go somewhere, I want to talk the language a bit at least, even if I'm not capable of it. But Lisbon, it's like Portuguese, right? I'm not really into the Portuguese anymore, so oi, tudo bem? That's what I can say, but I can't remember, you know, everything it's blank now. It's blank, so yeah, but I want to go there as well, but I don't know, maybe I'm just an animal of habit as well. Like I would love to go to Scotland with them, you know. I've been there before and it was very beautiful, and I think my parents would enjoy that as well. It's also easy because I speak the language at least a bit, so yeah, maybe Scotland, maybe I can warm their heart for Edinburgh. How the natives, well, the native Scots call it Edinburgh. So maybe, let's see. But like I said, they are very fond of Venice right now, and they're like, oh, but we have to explore the upper part of Venice, and I'm like, okay. But like my parents, they're also like animals of habit or something. Like if they like something, they're like, oh, let's go there again. Oh my god! And I'm like, okay, guys, I will see what I can do. Let me book my.
Like it show that they like to go on the trip with you so much.
Of course, because I'm like great, right? I'm like a good tour guide, right? I mean, they better liked it because I did my best. I booked the best apartment for them. They should be happy that they have me. But yeah, I mean, like I really enjoyed the time as well. Like I said, like it's always just so nice to spend the time with your parents. I think the more I grow, the more I'm just like feeling the connection between us, you know. I'm just like, oh my god, I really enjoy this time right now, and I want to have them like let them into my world a bit, you know, and be part of their world as well for a bit. And this is like also quite nice to bond again, and the food was also very nice. Some nice pasta and pizza.
So after that trip, you went on another trip with your friends.
To Greece, yeah. It was a bit exhausting. I'm just speaking plain truth now. It was an adventure. It was an adventure, let me tell you, because I went with 3 friends. Vanessa, her boyfriend Duke, and Anna, my best friend. Vanessa, like I said, she was taking care of everything. Anna and I, we are the only ones who can drive and who have a driver's license. And when you're going to Crete, you need a car because you won't get around without a car. And Anna and I, we were just like, yeah, we would be good, you know. Remember the time we went to Jeju Island? Crazy. Scotland, no problem. South England, count me in. But damn, we've never drove streets of Crete before. It was pure madness. They don't even have nice streets there. People are driving like they're crazy. We were like in the front, Anna and I were sitting, and in the back, Duke and Bunny, they were trusting us with all of their heart, you know. In Crete, they also have this do you call it serpentines or something?
What is that?
It's like the very narrow streets on a cliff, and you don't have like something that keeps you away from falling if you go down, you know. So it's very narrow, and you can't really drive. So while Anna and I were losing our mind on this serpentine in the back, I think Duke and Vani, they were sleeping away, you know, and we were just like, thank you so much for your support, guys, but please, like, they wouldn't even have noticed if we would crash downwards, you know, and we just like, what the fuck? I mean, we love them, but this was madness, seriously, like this. I've never drove streets like this before, and I don't want to do that ever again. Never. Vani did a very good job in like booking the accommodations. We had like 2 accommodations, because we stayed at 2 places. With the car we could travel around, and that was nice. And the second apartment was, or it was more like a finca or something, like a very big house with a swimming pool. Nice. But the swimming pool was very like it was not very deep, so you couldn't really dive in, you know, like the swimmer that I am. But that's not the thing. But it was a very nice accommodation, and we had a very nice time. We were cooking together. But I was not like Crete. It was not stealing my heart, you know. It was like everything looked a bit shabby, you know, like the houses and everything that you went by. It was like, I don't know, like. I mean, with Venice, it was like, oh, this is charming, you know, that's charming, where's the plot? But here was just like, I don't know, I was not very into it, you know, and the food, I mean, gyros, a lot of meat, but no real side dishes or sauce. You know, I need some sauce with my meat. I can't just eat so much gyros. I was like, I was losing my mind, but it was all right. You know, it was after all the thing that we wanted to be. It was like be together, have a good time. You know, like because before Duke came into the group, like it was just Anna, Vani, and me. We were like the trio infernal or something. And Duke, we just adopted him, I think, because he's like, I mean, we had to basically, but he's a very, very cool guy as well. So love you, Duke, if you ever hear this. So, which you will, because I will send all the link to you guys. But, but yeah, it was very, very nice. And yeah, but like I said, it was for Anna and me, it was like an adventure. Yeah, because also Anna and I, we are like very extroverted, and because we traveled before together. We just had to throw a look at each other. This is like how connected we are, because we know each other for over 10 years, and we know what was going on, you know. But Vani and Duke, I don't know if they wanted to. That's the problem. If you travel with a big group, it's always difficult to read the room sometimes if you don't know like what they want, because they don't really express what they want, because they want to. They are listening to us, and they want to give us the best experience and everything. And we're also like, oh, but we also want to give you the best experience. And that was a bit difficult. At some point, we were just like, and it was a very crazy situation as well. I don't know if I should even talk about it, but there was like, we were very hungry at some point, and it was a holiday or something in Greece. I think it was around Easter or something, because it's later on Crete. And we wanted to eat something. We were so hungry. And there was like a restaurant close by. And we were like, okay, let's go there. We drove there. But the restaurant looked closed. There was not a single person in there. And we were just like, oh, that's sad. Let's ditch this place. But there's like a guy coming out. And this guy was like, come in. I will make you some food and everything. Yeah. You give me that side eye. Offensive side eye. And Anna and I, we were just like, This shady as hell, guys. Get out of here. Let's get out of here. But like I said, it was complicated because like Vani and Duke, they were like, oh, like we couldn't read the room at this moment. And Anna and I, we were like, afterwards we talked about this, and Anna and I, we were like, shit, we should have ditched this place even like before we went in there. We should have just go, but we didn't. So it was not that heavy. But just let me tell you, like the guy, he was all right. He gave us a lot of like raki. This is like, I mean, on Crete, you always get like alcohol when you eat something. Yeah. And he made like good food, very nice. But like he was also drinking with us because we were just like, okay, like we're the only people here. Let's just, you can have a drink as well. But he wasn't very good having everything under control, I think. And at some point it was just very weird because like he was more and more showing interest in me. Because I'm such a nice person. I had like people told me, and I was just like, oh fuck, just because I'm like nice and outgoing, people are just like this to me. And it's like it was some kind of weird situation because we were nearly finished with eating, or like and I was just like, guys, I'm feeling very uncomfortable here. We should ditch this place. Just get the food. Tell him he should pack it in and just get out. And he was like, oh yeah, that's and no, he was not very happy about it, but he was all right, I think. It was so crazy, seriously. And like next time I'll just be like, no guys, no, just don't, just ditch, because it's like a slow, like it's the weird edge to it, you know, because you can very easily overstep that. And it's like, if you don't know your limit, guys, with the alcohol, I wish I had like ice cubes in my drink that I'm sipping out right now. If you don't know your limits, guys, it can be very uncomfortable. In Greece, you have to be careful as a woman as well, because they're very way more outgoing. They tell you, oh, you're beautiful. Ooh, how's your Facebook? I don't have Facebook. How's your Instagram? I don't have Instagram. I don't have the gram. What is this? And I don't know, it was just very uncomfortable at some point. And I was I was happy that Anna, she was like sensing, and all of us, they were sensing, oh, something, this is going to be not very nice. Like maybe I will get a new husband after this, who knows. Usually this restaurant, we passed it by, and there were a lot of people in there, you know. And I think it was the guy who owned the place or something, or like the son of the family who owned this. And but that's traveling, right? Sometimes you make pleasant adventures, and sometimes it's just like very uncomfortable.
Yes, definitely.
And weird, right? Yeah. Especially traveling as a woman.
Yeah.
But maybe that's like a topic for another podcast, another round. Like afterwards, we laughed about this, of course, but. When I was in there, I was just like, oh my God, what is happening here? Damn it. It was very uncomfortable. I just want to say, like, it's not an invitation if you're nice, you know, just to be like, oh yeah, oh, you want something from me? No, I'm just being fucking nice, you know, I'm just a nice person in general, you know, so, but yeah, I think people can misunderstand that very easily. It happened quite often to me, unfortunately, but yeah, I don't want to change, you know, I don't want to change. I will never change because of that. So, yeah, just get your act together, guys. Just get your act together.
Maybe they should read the signs better. So is this really off topic? So normally if someone acting over the limit and that they would always blame the victim, never blame the person who is crossing the limit. And I think it's totally wrong. Like, we all try to be nice. It doesn't mean that we're open to anything, right?
Yeah. If you say like, oh no, like, please don't. Like, just don't, bruh. Just don't do it. Just get your Rocky with you. No, give me a one shot and then I'm out. Anna and I, we agreed on this. Like next time we would just say no.
No means no.
It's like no. Yeah, like I said, like it's like a bigger group. It's difficult to read everybody. Sometimes there's like a misunderstanding because they were like, oh no, we didn't want to go in there as well, and we were just like, why didn't you tell us? Why? Because they were like, oh yeah, and we're just like, what?
Maybe because they don't want to disappoint you.
Yeah. It's
everyone doesn't want to disappoint.
Yeah, and it's all right, you know. Like we've all been there, but we're very good friends, you know. Like we should just be open. We should just be open and say, like, guys, this is shady. If you don't want to get murdered. I mean, it wasn't that heavy, but it was just like, I think he was just crushing a bit, and because of the alcohol, some people just can't. Handle it, you know.
Definitely.
I'm sorry for that excursus. I thought I'd just talk about happy moments, but like
no worries.
Crete was like a bit of a
adventure,
of a very nice adventure, you know. A very like we learned some new stuff there.
Talking about new things, so what new thing that you explore there in Greece? Is it the first time that you ever been to Greece? I've never been to Greece, so I would like to hear all about it.
Like, I mean, you don't really have to go to Crete. That's all I'm getting out of there, you know.
No way! Everyone wants to go to Greece.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of all the crazy stuff I like endured there. No, it was like driving there is a pain in the ass. Everything is a bit rocked down, you know. You're just like, oh, that's nice. I mean, maybe it's also because I've been to Venice shortly before. So I was just like, wow, everything is so nice. Everything looks so beautiful here. And then I came to Crete. It was like, oh, okay, that's if I compare it, it's like, it's nice to go on a little hike there. That was very nice. And but I think there are other islands that are much nicer. You know, maybe because you're such an ABBA fan. And a Mamma Mia fan, maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe. How was the island called where they did the Mamma Mia thing? Was it like Mykonos? No. I always enjoyed to go to places where they did like movies, you know?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know, is it like coincidence or something? But I've never watched Game of Thrones. And I went to a lot of places, filming location of Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
So it was Girona in Spain.
Oh my god.
And Seville in Spain as well.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh my god. And how was it? Were there a lot of tourists?
Yes, there was a lot of tourists. I was mind-blowing with all of the architecture there, and so they are a filming location for a reason. Because
nice. Do they offer tours there, or is it just like the
so
castle?
Normally they were on the free tour where they would like introduce about this location where it was filming, etc., etc. But we actually didn't go on a tour, so we just see the place ourselves because no one watched Game of Thrones.
You're just like, what is this? Why are they taking pictures? I guess it's all right. I will take one as well. And afterwards you were like, wait a damn minute. Oh, now it makes sense. Didn't they do like... No, I don't want to talk about it because you won't even know what I'm talking about. It's like... It's alright, I'm sorry, please continue. But I mean, like, it should be very nice. Like, the whole series of Game of Thrones, it's like mind-blowing. It's like very, very cool. Especially that they do so much with real places and not so much CGI. I know, I mean, they don't get real dragons. I'm sorry, but it's like, we can't get everything, you know? You know what I want to see from Lord of the Rings, you know? Like, in New Zealand. I think they have, like...
I haven't watched it either.
Oh my god, what? What? You haven't watched Lord of the Rings? Jesus, you're not really in the fantasy area. No, it's alright, but it's like the village of the hobbits, you know. It's it looks beautiful. I mean, they're advertising with this to get the tourists.
Yeah. So we were talking about the where they were filming Mamma Mia.
Yeah, let's go there. I really want to go there and like play all the scenes. I also want to go into the scene where Marilyn and how's the guy from like the James Bond actor called? Like they're having this talk and she's like, oh. And then they're singing like the song, the gods will roll the dice, the winner takes it all, the winner takes it all. And then she's running up the stairs to this church. I want to go there, right? But I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
We need to Google it. Next time we will, maybe next time we will talk, if you will have me again, of course. But maybe next time we will talk about...
Of course I'm gonna have you in the next 10 episodes.
Oh my god, it's like... It's just like an anniversary episode, you know, every 10 episodes or something. I'm just like, hi guys, I'm back. How have you been? Let's talk.
Maybe you should be my co-host or something.
Maybe, I would be glad. Count me in, I don't know. You know? But you're doing an amazing job. I don't know if I'm like the born co-host or something like a host.
Well, no, you're doing great.
I know.
Yeah, everyone loves you.
Oh, Jesus. Thank you so much for your support. But yeah, I would love to go there, like there, and also to New Zealand to get to the Hobbit locations, like where they filmed Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
So now it would be like going to all of the movies, location, and exploring.
I mean, it's on my list, you know, but the next travel that I will do actually will be also next year with my best friend, Anna. Anna and I, we will go to Ireland. Like, we actually wanted to go there, like, when Corona striked. And I've mentioned that. And now, finally, next year, we are about to go to Ireland. It's so funny because we always put it back, you know, because in the first place we were just too young. Like, I think you can only rent a car when you were 21 or 25, I think. Like, with good conditions, you know, because if you're young you have to pay more because you're a risk, actually. So yeah, now we are like going to Ireland and driving around. And I think it's very, very nice because like Anna and I, we can really rely on each other. And we're like up to the same stuff, you know. That's very nice if you find a travel buddy that is like that. Let's see how that will go. Hopefully the streets will be better there. The landscapes should be super nice.
Finally you can do it.
Yeah, like I said, this was like the main travel that we wanted to do when we were very young. And we were like, oh, let's travel together. But where? Ireland. Oh, we can't because we're too young. Damn it. Oh, let's go to Scotland and just put it like on the list or something. And then like Scotland, then South Korea. And then but when will we go to Ireland? Oh, let's go. Oh, damn, Corona. And now it's been like 3 years past. And finally, I'm very excited for it.
I think it's really nice that this year you have trip with your parents and exciting trip with your friends.
Oh yeah, it was very exciting. It's like Hannah Montana said, best of both worlds, baby.
Best of both worlds, yeah, exactly.
But like, because I did everything like in the beginning, now it's like, oh damn, we're in August and I'm like, oh, I need a break. Last week, I've been in Braunschweig. And it was very nice, and I had like a week off, and everything's good. But I need more time, you know. I always feel like after 1 week of vacation, I'm like, just give me another week. I need another week from this week. Vacation, recovering from this thing. I don't want to travel this year. I don't really have that much time. Like, I only have 1 more week of vacation in October, and then like Christmas break. Yeah, but I'm super fine with that.
we already mentioned about it, that you never actually like travel alone. You
Yeah.
like it to be better to go with someone.
I think so, yeah. I think I'm not brave enough, you know, to travel alone. Like, I don't know, maybe I just listened to a bit of too much true crime podcasts lately. Just about people getting lost on vacation. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what? And getting murdered and stabbed, and I'm just like, oh Jesus, no. Just take your emergency buddy with you and be a bit more careful, you know. I always admired that with you. Like, you are always like, oh yeah, I will travel here and there. By myself or like maybe with friends, but you travel often alone, right?
Yes.
And that's very like, it's so cool. I always admire that. And it's
Thank you.
very nice.
Because not many times that the
Yeah.
alignment of
That's-
schedule with
yeah.
me. So
I love you, but I have to go now.
Yeah.
Can't take care of you now.
Everything can wait.
I have to see Venice before it's getting flooded.
Yes.
Just let me go. Sorry, we'll do next year a nice vacation together, but not this year.
So
Yeah.
speaking of culture shock, where you were increased, like where people were
Yeah,
Like,
a bit too friendly, yeah. And also with the driving, it was like a mess. Cars, like, overtaking you, you know? And it was so weird because, like, after one day or something, we were driving exactly the same. Like, I think they were driving on the standing lane, you know? Just, like, driving a bit there so the people could overtake them, even though it wasn't even allowed. And we were like, what the fuck is happening here? What is he doing? Why is he overtaking him like this? Jesus, it was so crazy. But I think the more you drive there, the more you're getting used to it. Also, like driving in the city, like I would not recommend that. Don't drive in the city because the signs, you know, you don't know where you have to drive. I was sweating. I was a wreck. To be honest with you, because like we were always changing the driver, you know, and then we were like, okay, we're in this together. It's your turn to drive in the city now. And I was like, please don't let me. Parking situation was also a mess. Like, take the bus next time or something. I don't know. But I mean, you want to be independent, you know. You want to be independent, and sometimes it's not possible without a car.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. But I think it's also like the opportunity that you can test your limit. You wouldn't know if you can drive increase and
Oh yeah, we tested some limits, I can assure you. Yeah, like especially with this very dangerous streets, like in the mountains or something.
yeah.
You wouldn't believe that it was like the landscape there. It was crazy. And,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, we learned some nice new things, you know, about us.
At the back of the car, there's two
They were
friends
like,
who would put their life to
they
your
were,
hands.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, you'll be fine, right? And then, like, seriously, they were so fast. I admire that when people can just sleep through the danger. And I'm just like, what the hell? What happens when you're on the plane or something and it crashes? Crash landing on you, and they would just sleep. Like Anna and I, we were just trained, you know? We were just like, we are so afraid. And in the back, you could just hear the people like,
Calms you down,
it was
right?
peaceful slumber. And at some point, like Anna and I, we were always like playing our music as well, and we were just like enjoying our time in the front as best as we could. And like in the back, I don't know how they could sleep because the music was also very loud. But I mean, it was all right, you know, we didn't die. Even though I thought so at some
You
point.
managed, you're still sitting here
I'm
doing
still
a
sitting
podcast.
here. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Definitely
right?
is,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
maybe it's just like a preparation step for your upcoming trip.
probably,
right?
yeah. But I think now I've seen everything, you know? I don't know if something can still surprise me like that.
Maybe you should try in Vietnam. It's like
Oh, no. No. Did you ever drive in Vietnam by yourself?
motorbike, but not on a car.
Oh my god,
So
really?
if you come to Vietnam, I can drive you on motorbike.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I would love that. Seriously, just take me with you. I would be
Yeah.
like Vani and Duke. I would just be like in the back, like.
No, you don't want to sleep. You don't want to sleep.
I think so neither, because I'm not very good with that anxiety. But it sounds very crazy, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And do you drive often there? Like, I mean, when you go visit your family there, do you usually drive around?
So actually, I drove pretty often when I was living in Vietnam, but after
Really?
like some time living here, and
You're
then
not used to it anymore.
yeah, and then when I came back like last year, and then I think I turned to someone different. I need to take like a taxi motorbike, so you just need to put on an app, and then
that's so
someone
nice.
just
Convenient.
drive to your house, pick you up.
And you're just like, okay, please don't let me die now. Drive carefully.
They would wear the helmet for you. Super romantic.
Really? Oh my god. I wish I could be there.
I would do the same for you.
Oh my god,
you
Lynn, thank you so much. I would appreciate it so much. Like, I thought this was like your secret identity, you know? Like, oh yeah, like here in Germany I'm like this, but when I'm in Vietnam I'm like this super cool babe on the motorcycle driving like, oh, what are you doing? Why are you driving like this?
I'm driving, but not like
that's
anyone
badass.
imagine that I would drive, I don't know, 100 kilometers. I only drive 20 kilometers.
Jesus, okay, so you just drive somewhere very slowly.
Oh.
I see, okay, but I thought
Yeah,
it would be
grandma driving, not like...
It's alright. That's very alright. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
I think we're almost at the
Oh,
end of our
is it?
podcast,
Is it?
and I always prepare some questions.
Yeah.
New question for you.
Oh, new questions, not the same one
Yeah.
like the last time? It's different
No,
ones.
it's different.
Oh my
Life
god.
is not easy.
Not easy. Jesus,
No.
do I have to take an exam now? Jesus. Okay, let me see if I can do that.
Yeah, so I actually really like all of your dance move, and I know you know a lot of songs.
Oh
No,
my
I'm not
god,
gonna
what
ask
is
you to
happening
dance.
now? I was just like, I'm ready.
So with the trip that you took this year, so
Uh-huh.
if you need to choose like a theme songs for those
Oh
trips,
my
what
God.
song would you choose?
That is so nice. This is a very nice question. You very did good on that. Just let me think a second, because like when we went to Venice, it's so. No, I just thought about the second song for Creed, but I will come to that later. But like the song that I associated with Venice was one that I watched, like when I was younger, I used to watch a movie with my father. It was called dumb mouth now, but it was called American Princess. It was basically about this about the daughter of the president of the United States, and she was like, Dad, I want to live my life. I want to. She wanted to go to the Love Parade in Berlin, and she wanted to visit the world and stuff. But the president, of course, he was like, "Girl, you can't. Just don't." And like on her travels, she does travel. She's like, "I'm getting out of here," and she's like slipping out of the security and everything. And she meets a nice guy who turns out to be like the FBI agent from the president, of course. And they visit Venice at some point. And when they go through Venice, there's like a very nice song, Vivere Davvero. I don't know if I said that correctly. Maybe you can put the link in the description or something.
Okay. How does it sound? Like you can.
It's like very upbeat. It's like an Italian song, of course, and it's a woman singing, and it's basically a montage how they're like exploring Venice, and it's very nice, and you're just like, oh damn, like it just looks so beautiful, and like you're having the time of your life there. I don't want to say what it's about now because I totally forgot every meaning of the song, but it's like about the good life and everything. I at least hope so. So it's very upbeat, very nice to listen to. So I would only recommend that. And the second song for the nice adventure. I mean, I had the wonderful time. I just want to tell you that. But when we were in the car. No, I have actually two songs.
Okay.
The first one is, of course, you will all know that. It's like Highway to Hell from AC/DC. I just wanna live. Just wanna live. We listened to that music like a lot of times. And we were just like, oh, that's going to be funny. And we just put the music on and we were just like, Jesus, just let us live. But overall, of course, it was a very nice experience. But sorry, I just remembered the bad stuff at the moment. Like, love you all, guys, but it was an adventure, like very heavy adventure. But I will send you the name and the artist, and you can just put them in the description, and people will be like, "Oh, now I see what she meant." Yeah, sorry, guys.
Oh, I see.
I just know the melody in my head. I don't know. I can't handle the titles and names of the artists.
And then the audience can imagine like what you've been through the trip, right?
Of course, and they can just type that into their YouTube, and they can be like, "Oh damn."
Maybe that can be their theme song too.
Maybe, but like I said, I mean, you don't have to go to Crete to drive around, you can just stay in one place. That's also very nice. You can just stay and enjoy your time at the pool. That's also nice. But yeah.
Thank you. Super
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Thank you. That was a
Listen
super
to
nice
it.
question. I really like that. Like you
Yeah.
really put like your mind to that. That was crazy.
Of course, I put my mind to any podcast, especially with you, because you have so
Oh
many
my
good
God.
stories to tell.
Oh my God! Stop it! Like I'm blushing already. Ooh, damn.
Okay, so before we end this podcast, do you have any message to leave to the audience?
A message.
Yeah.
Cherish the time that you have with your loved ones. It's always like that. Like with your family, with your friends. You only live once. It's like I just throw all the messages, the cliches that you can put on your little pillow. And also, don't be a dick. If a girl is nice to you and you're like, oh, maybe I can shoot my shot. Maybe you can try. But if she says no, and
Isn't
she's
it
just
no?
like, please go away, then just go away. Take your drink it, and go. Just go. And we will have a wonderful time, okay? So, sexual harassment is a crime, guys. Never forget that, okay? It's not alright. That was out of the box, right?
If
That was
there is
not
no
right.
consent, it means no.
Thank you so much for having me, though. Like, I really had a wonderful time being here. I always do.
It's always my pleasure to have you in my podcast with all of your story. Always new things coming up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Always new messages.
Always. I can't wait for the next
Unexpected.
time. I can't wait.
I
But,
guess that next time after the Ireland trip, we're gonna have another one.
Of course. I'm very much
sure.
looking forward to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus, I can't wait. Maybe I should consider being your co-host or something.
Yeah.
Just
Talking,
you make it so
talking.
easy, you know, to talk to you. It's like it's always you're making me feel very comfortable, and then just relax. It's all right. You're in a safe space here. You can talk about everything. And suddenly I'm talking about this guy. I hope I did good.
You. See you next time.
Of
And,
course.
Yeah. Now
Can't wait.
we can-
So bye, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.